You know, I was trying to get up here. I had probably the biggest speech of my career. I was going to speak to 200,000 people at the March for Life on the Mall. So I really wanted to get here. I got to my plane early, and some kind of scanner went off, and I offered to show them my leg. In fact, I did show them my leg repeatedly, but they didn't really care about my leg too much. And I said, well, can I go back through the scanner? And they said, no. And I said, well, can I talk on my phone? They said, if you talk on your phone, you'll get the full body treatment. So I don't want the full body pat down, but I do need to call somebody to tell them I'm not going to be coming to Washington. So it was an ordeal, but I think it's an ordeal for a lot of travelers. I think it's an indignity that we're going through that's not making us safer. And I've been asking Pistol why we have to do random pat downs. I suspect I was part of a random pat down because the machine, they finally did let me go back through the machine after making me miss my flight and waiting for an hour and a half. I went back through the machine, and there wasn't anything that the machine found. I think that people who have shown some tendencies to travel to certain parts of the world and who might be a threat to our country should be interviewed more, and we should spend some time with them. But the regular, you know, my brother-in-law went to the Air Force Academy. He flies 3 times a week. Can we not figure out a trusted traveler program? It's been 10 years and we don't have a trusted traveler or a frequent traveler program.
Senator, do you still feel that by raising the question in the first place you were treated differently?
I don't know in the end. I mean, they said that I wasn't going to be allowed to be rescreened, but in the end they did rescreen me. And that's actually all I'm asking for, not for me in particular, for everybody. If you go through, or your 10-year-old daughter or your 12-year-old daughter goes through, and the light goes off and you think it's an error and you don't want your 12-year-old daughter to be patted down, I think she ought to get to walk back through there. But it takes an act of Congress to get them to do anything, because they're still doing random pat downs. And this is what I've asked Pistol about before. Why are we doing this? I suspect that the scanner actually is randomly setting off an alarm that's not a real alarm, so you're made to feel like you did something wrong, and then you get the pat down. But I suspect, and some of the TSA people told me this when I was in Nashville, is that the monitor's going off when there's nothing there. Otherwise, why would you go back through a very sophisticated machine and 10 minutes later there is no problem?